you're only talking about essentially 5 reporters who worked on this story. Matt Apuzzo, Adam Goldman, and they had contributions from Kimberly Dozier, Eileen Sullivan, and Alan Fram. Now, if you really want to dig into this, and maybe we'll have her on to talk about it, but this stuff gets incredibly weedy. But Marcy Wheeler over at emptywheel.net has been pursuing these aspects of these leaks, among other stories, for quite some time. She notes that over this 2-month period in early 2012, with the Department of Justice getting the records of 20 separate phone lines, as well as home phones and cell phone records seized by the department, that there were other stories written by the AP. In particular, a story by Kimberly Dozier reporting on the drone program. She notes one Kimberly Dozier story published May 21st, of course, which would fall within this 2-month period of reporting. White House counterterror chief John Brennan has seized the lead in guiding a debate on which terror leaders will be targeted for drone attacks or raids, establishing a new procedure to vet both military and CIA targets. It goes on. Within 10 days of the time Dozier published that story, Empty Wheel notes, John Brennan had rolled out an enormous propaganda campaign based on descriptions of the drone targeting process that Brennan's power grab had replaced. So over these 2 months, there was stories about the signature strikes, about the Undie bomb, about John Brennan taking over drone targeting from JSOC. On and on and on. Stories that intertwine with other stories. Marcy Wheeler speculates, and it's just speculation. I'll read what she says. Frankly, I think the witch hunt response to the Undie Bomb 2.0 plot was mostly just an excuse to start investigating the AP, though it did lead John Brennan to make it clear that it was a Saudi-manufactured plot in the first place. But the response to that Dozier article, which provided the final piece of evidence for the timeline above showing Brennan grabbed control of the drone targeting at roughly the moment we started signature strikes in Yemen, was more dramatic, at least in terms of the breathtaking propaganda White House rolled out to pretend the drone strikes were more orderly than they actually were. She surmises that Pruitt's, and this is the head of the AP, noting the breadth and scope of the records that were found, he is indicating that he thinks the Department of Justice was looking for other stories as well, beyond the one that they purportedly are investigating, to find other leakers. So this is out there. We're starting to see calls for Holder's resignation. It is unlikely, from what I've gathered, that the White House would be kept abreast of this investigation. Partly because ostensibly it is going after people who may very well be at the White House. Or, I don't know, sitting atop the CIA at this point. It's simply unclear at this point. At that time, John Brennan was a counterterrorism advisor to President Obama, his top counterterrorism advisor. So it is unlikely that the White House is aware of this, of course, but that doesn't mean that President Obama doesn't have responsibility. Holder is his department, his chief of the at the Department of Justice.